Brother, marriage is not a contract. Marriage is not an agreement. Marriage is not even a choice. Marriage is a multi-phase ritualistic onboarding process into society's oldest unpaid internship, a position with no formal benefits, no clear job description, and a retirement plan that consists entirely of passive-aggressive questions from relatives like, "So, any kids yet?" It's so brutal, man. Marriage, the institution, is older than language, older than farming, older than currency. It was invented during humanity's BC, before consciousness era, when the average lifespan was 28 and nobody had object permanence. And yet somehow, in the year of our algorithm 2025, this ancient firmware still runs our relationships like a corrupted BIOS that nobody has patched since the Bronze Age. Brother, we're using Sumerian relationship software to navigate modern life. It's so over, bro. And at the center of this archaic labyrinth lies the husband, a figure bestowed with the ceremonial responsibility of being the household's designated fixer of all things, regardless of skill level, training, or personal desire. A man can look at a hammer for 0.2 seconds and marriage will instantly assign him the role of chief engineer of domestic catastrophes. Something breaks? It's your fault. Something leaks? Fix it. Something inexplicably buzzes in the wall? Brother, that is your demon now. You must banish it using YouTube tutorials and masculine shame. And the emotional expectations? Brother, marriage expects you to be simultaneously stoic yet sensitive, logical yet intuitive, confident yet humble, strong yet vulnerable, emotionally stable yet available, yet not needy, yet not distant, yet deeply communicative, yet silent at the right times. This is not partnership. This is trying to maintain perfect emotional latency across a network made of 1990s DSL wiring. I'm so skibidi defeated, brother. And yet, as emotionally brutal as the institution is for men, society hands women the DLC pack of generational trauma, the ancient burden expansion, the motherhood patch 1.0, which requires 700% more energy consumption and adds absolutely zero new abilities. Brother, women are not wives in marriage. They are project managers of human existence. Marriage expects women to remember everything, anticipate needs before they occur, sense emotional turbulence forming in the next room, coordinate holidays, maintain familial alliances, cook, clean, soothe, schedule, comfort, teach, organize, host, mediate, and maintain a social life that looks good on Instagram. Women in marriage become the operating system for the entire household, quietly updating in the background. Never praised, only blamed when the family app crashes. It's so felted, man. And then the government arrives, not as a participant in your love story, but as the smug system administrator who demands access to your heart via Form 1040, schedule trauma. Marriage, to the state, is a tidy administrative hack. A way to fuse two chaotic biological organisms into one neat, predictable, tax-paying data cube. You think you found your soulmate. The IRS thinks it found a 2-for-1 filing opportunity. Marriage is the government outsourcing its own paperwork. Every joint account, every shared bill, every child you create, every mortgage you struggle through. Brother, the government sees your marriage not as love, but as a little machine that produces revenue, voters, and future W-2 generators. It's so brutal, man. I'm so skibidi defeated. And late-stage capitalism? Late-stage capitalism loves marriage. Late-stage capitalism worships marriage. Late-stage capitalism treats marriage like a seasonal sale event that never ends. The wedding industry alone is a multi-billion-dollar leviathan that feeds on the collective insecurity of humanity. The word wedding increases the price of any object by a factor of 3 to 40 depending on lunar alignment. A cake becomes a mortgage payment. A bouquet becomes a car repair bill. A simple venue becomes a sacrificial altar where your savings go to die. Weddings are not ceremonies. They are emotional ransomware, where society demands you pay $20,000 to prove you love someone even though love itself has an entry cost of 0. It's so over, bro. And yet the final level, the true final boss, the apex predator of this matrimonial food chain, is divorce. Divorce is not the opposite of marriage. Divorce is the final phase of marriage, the natural conclusion of an institution built on bureaucracy and emotional complexity far beyond what the human nervous system was designed to withstand. Divorce activates lawyers, judges, paralegals, court dates, mediators, therapists, financial analysts, and that one friend who suddenly becomes an expert in family law even though he works at AutoZone. Divorce is late-stage capitalism's endgame content, where each participant must sacrifice their money, dignity, emotional stability, remaining serotonin reserves, and several years of life expectancy. Brother, divorce is the only event where you can lose your house, your savings, your routine, your furniture, your dog, your sense of self, and your favorite hoodie in one afternoon. It's so felted. It's so cosmically over. And when the dust settles, when the smoke clears, when the lawyers retreat to their dens to feast on the billable hours carcass of your former life, you're left sitting in a one-bedroom apartment, heating leftover spaghetti over the radiator, staring into your lantern like it owes you an explanation. You realize marriage was never for love, for companionship, for partnership. Marriage was a societal ritual, a cosmic machinery, a grand collaborative fiction maintained by dead traditions, late-stage capitalism, corrupt bureaucracy, generational pressure, cultural inertia, and you, just a citizen wandering the timeline, got swept into a system older than the concept of individual happiness. It's so brutal, man. It's so over, bro. It's so terminally, cosmically, spiritually felted. And I remain here, Digital Diogenes, prophet of the barrel, guardian of the lantern, screaming into the void, so profoundly, eternally, Metaphysically skibidi defeated,